There's a lot of questions surrounding Arsenal, so I brought in one of my Arsenal gurus, Stewart Robson. Of course, it's his former club to try and tackle some of these. Who stays and who goes, Stewart? Let's start off with the big man at the top, Arsene Wenger. The question everyone's asking, will he still be at Arsenal?
He shouldn't be still at Arsenal. I've said for many, many years now that he's the reason why Arsenal haven't won titles. He's the reason why Arsenal don't defend well enough. He's the reason why they've got a poor mentality, haven't got that winning mentality.
Now holding back, are you?
Unfortunately, I think Arsene Wenger is going to stay for another 2 years.
Oh, and that's not going to make good
Bad
fans.
news for some Arsenal fans, good news for others.
That's true. We know we saw one with a Wenger ensign. Keep fighting. Alexis Sanchez. What do you predict will happen in this one? Because he is definitely a necessary
He is
figure.
Arsenal's best player by quite some way. He can run with the ball. He creates opportunities out of nothing. He's been a dynamite for them over the last couple of seasons. But unfortunately, because Arsene Wenger stays, I think Alexis Sanchez will leave.
Ooh, the bad news continues for some Arsenal fans indeed. What about Mesut Ozil, another key figure on Arsenal's team? Even though it's not at the best of days for him, do you pick him to follow Alexis Sanchez and leave, or will he stay?
Mesut Ozil is a funny one because at times he looks as though he's lazy, it looks as though he doesn't affect games. Other times he looks like a world beater. But he's the sort of player that Arsene Wenger likes. And I think if Arsene Wenger stays, so too will the German.
Moving on now to the more players. Hector Bellerin, do you see this quick man staying or going?
I think he's going to stay. I think he can develop, or he should be able to develop. Unfortunately, I don't think he's got the right manager to develop him as a defensive player. He's got all the attributes. He's quick. He's a good 1v1 defender. He just needs to learn more about the game. But he will stay.
Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, a couple of questions surrounding him as well. Do you pick him to stay or should he go?
He''s a player that I think can be a top quality player. I think he's got outstanding qualities. I think he's a good character in some ways. I think he's he could be a leader. But again, he hasn't been taught the game by this man here. And as a youngster, you need to be taught the game. But I still think not too many other big clubs are going to come in for him at the moment. So I think Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain will stay at Arsenal.
And finally, what about this one? A lot of questions surrounding Theo Walcott's career. He's had an up and down career. Many believe he's not lived up to the expectations that we saw. He has been scoring goals in recent times, though. Will that continue and will he stay at Arsenal or should he move on?
There's one reason why Theo Walcott will stay at Arsenal, because he's on so much money. I don't think any other club will take him. He gets an easy ride at Arsenal because I think he's played poorly for many years. He hasn't developed as a player. So I think, once again, Theo Walcott will have nowhere else to go, so he will stay at Arsenal on a lot of money.
I think Arsenal fans will wish that you could take everyone who you have chosen to stay, to leave, and leave this man right here, Alexis Sanchez, but that's not the way this cookie crumbles. Thank you so much,
Pleasure.
Stewart Robson.